calling all curious.
I'm curious.
For the design challenge this year, we asked each of the 10 finalists to create a look based on a cultural event.
As soon as I got the challenge, I wanted to kind of explore mid-century design.
The design challenge is their most involved challenge. First, they have to submit sketches.
It's unimpressive. They need to go and get with the program.
They obviously have not read the assignment.
Now, the designers have to submit their samples.
I mean, talk about nerve-wracking.
I definitely like to push the limits right now.
They will be assigned a date.
The battery pack didn't work, so now I have to find a wall to plug this into. Don't make any sudden movements.
They present to all the members of the selection committee.
Here I am, Narcia.
It could be a game changer.
Every year, hundreds of young American designers apply for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is really the first of its kind, and indeed the only one of its kind.
Anna Wintour from Vogue, Diane von Fürstenberg, Jenna Lyons from J. Crew.
Those people can make your career.
We want to support designers that are going to be the future of American fashion. If you look at the landscape of American fashion, it is filled with designers that have been through the Fashion Fund.
Winning the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is like winning an Oscar. And at the end, the winner gets $400,000 and a mentorship with an industry leader.
10 designers, 4 months, 1 winner. This is the Fashion Fund.
The design challenge is very, very important. It's the one opportunity for the 10 finalists to really express themselves.
Every year, there's a sponsor for the design challenge. This year, the sponsor is Fossil, and they'll be giving them each $20,000 to come up with a look for a cultural event that they've been assigned.
Burning Man. I've been dying to go. New York City Ballet Fall Gala.
By this point, they're 2/3 of the way into the program, so hopefully they got their stride and they're really focused.
Ooh, my God, beautiful.
Isn't it so great?
I got New York Film Festival.
Anna selected the blush dress. It was actually my favorite too, so I'm excited about that. One of the things I was really inspired by was Alphaville, which was one of the movies that premiered at New York Film Festival. There's this reoccurring spiral staircase. The pleating was to resemble like the staircase. We pleated the fabric with pin tucking and then cut them into quarter-inch strips and placed these strips throughout the whole dress. I tried to experiment and try new things that I haven't done before, and having the budget was definitely helpful. It was exciting.
DB and Fall Night, a gala celebrating the exhibit of Dan Flavin and Robert Irwin. One thing that was really inspiring at the Robert Irwin exhibit was his use of color, and color is something that hasn't been the element of design that we focused on. The challenge encouraged us to go beyond what we've done before, out of our comfort zone, and so we're working with neons for the first time. This is an electroluminescent wire. Let me plug it in. This is the next chapter for us in how technology can incorporate into garments. I feel good about it.
Today I'm working with my pattern maker, Niall. We've been working on the pattern for the design challenge dress. Modernism Week preview, celebrating mid-century architecture and design.
What does all this represent?
This is the herringbone patchwork that we are going to create with the 3 different colors. If this is our seam here, then we place the next piece to continue that. They will be completely seamless.
Yeah.
A little ambitious.
It's a jigsaw puzzle.
Just a bit stressed. I mean, emotionally drained and trying to run around and pick up all the pieces.
I think now is the time when, after an extended time period of pressure has been exerted on them, they're starting to feel a little bit exhausted, a little bit frayed at the edges and spread thin.
I spent like all of my 20s like being like, I don't need approval from people. I can do like what I want to do, and I have to like go with my gut and believe in myself and like really focus on that, And then to be in this competition again, it's like you're seeking that approval again. And it's hard because there's so many of these things that are just totally out of your control.
Usually after the show, we get a break. And so, yeah, I think mentally I'm looking for a recharge and trying to make all these things happen. So I think there's obviously a lot of pressure to make the most amazing thing of all time. Yeah.
this year, the design challenge sample run-through is happening in Paris.
The designers have to submit their samples of their looks to Vogue so that we can make sure they really look as good as they can possibly look.
The design challenge is super important to us. If they don't follow what they were asked to do, that's definitely a black mark.
So Chris Jelinas, he's going to Modernism Preview Week in Palm Springs. And so he was inspired by the colors in Palm Springs, the desert and the sky and all that.
It's a little more gloomy than I had hoped for, but
You could put
maybe
some
we can
gold
brighten it with some
jewelry and
accessories. Yeah. All right, so the next one?
So for the Brooklyn Book Festival for David Hart, I guess knitted all of these amazing sweaters inspired by books. Yeah. This is Little House on the Prairie is the little girl.
Look at the cowboy. I mean, so cute.
Baja East is the New York City Ballet. It's this pant and this top.
Okay, so it's meant to be sort of balletic.
Exactly. Baldwin had the Gunter Seeger Farm to Table restaurant opening in the Meatpacking District by the Whitney. So they've done this piece and they have this all embroidered. And then it sort of layers with all these pieces.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of fun, but maybe it needs like a white t-shirt or just something so it's not
all
layer
gray.
on layer.
Yeah,
I mean,
gray. So Thaddeus is going to Burning Man. So this is like a belt that weaves through this vest. And then this jacket goes over, and then it's over these pants.
Pretty color.
Rio is going to the Star Wars premiere. This goes on top of the pant, and this sort of layered as a cape. Like
There's a lot going on.
a cape dress.
All right.
This is Jonathan Simkai, and he's going to the New York Film Festival.
Pretty. Okay, it looks beautifully made.
So Aurora is going to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. This was the one we chose. And then she made the bag, because her bags were such a success. I think that's really good that she added the bag.
Great.
So Chromat, okay, so this was inspired by the Dan Flavin exhibit at Dia Beacon.
Oh, it lights up?
It lights, ow, oh my God.
Genius. Don't electrocute yourself, Sabi. It's not worth it.
I don't think I fried off too much hair. Am I smoking? Fried. So Cadet.
So that needs a little work.
Cadet made a mistake not going to see Hamilton. Anna feels like there's something more there that they should still be exploring, and hopefully they'll be able to hone in a little bit more on something that will really impress the judges.
When we got the call back from Vogue, Anna's comments were that the designs were not reflective of the musical.
I wanted to know if you guys were ever able to go see Hamilton.
No, we have not. So we're gonna go see the musical and see how that then really influences us.
We're about to go backstage to meet with the custom designer.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hi,
I'm Brad.
Hey, Paul and Raul.
Hi,
Thank you
Raul.
for
It's
meeting
good to
us.
meet you. My pleasure, my pleasure.
One of the calls from Anna was that you're missing color.
Color plays a huge part in my designing process. Jefferson enters in this. Once he arrives home, he loses this coat and he goes into this. Later in the period, there's tragedy that happens as they are living their life, and so color becomes darker.
We did not realize how much color there's actually in the musical.
It could be like up the level of expectation, right? I mean, so they're gonna be like, you saw the show, you met the costume designer, and that's what you came up with? I didn't think of that, so. Mark my words, I bet it will be brought up at a future date.
Today, we are having all of the designers come in to do fittings with their looks. Vogue works to pair each designer with a date who would be appropriate for their look.
So if you don't mind, we'll try the look on you.
Yeah.
It's nothing like seeing your actual look on the person that's going to be wearing it.
Amy Saul is my very beautiful date for the event.
It looks great on you.
We have to wear these.
They're amazing, right? I really love Justine. She's really cool. She actually made the look better than I expected it to be.
Oh my God, you look fabulous.
They've made their looks, but now we want to help them make those look as good as possible. Having access to the Vogue closet is every designer's dream. We hope that they benefit from the Vogue input, from our eye, from our styling help, from being able to call in accessories and give them some beauty guidance.
I was like, she should have a heel. They brought 40 heels.
I love it.
Sort of like the hoop. You don't like the hoop?
It's so pretty girl. Like, I don't know. What?
It's so pretty, girl?
Like edgier. I don't know, all the sparkly stuff. She tried to put her in a bunch of silver sparkly Barbie stuff, and It wasn't what I had in mind. Silver and silver shoes, oh, that sounds hideous.
I've never done a fitting with someone and had reactions like this.
I'm so not a stilettos girl, so we compromised.
These are like 7-inch platform sandals.
So I'm gonna take a picture of this to show Anna. She's a little too short for the length.
All of us at the fund are so lucky to have Selby sort of leading them all through the very demanding few months.
Does this need to be held at all, or does it stay that way?
If Clea doesn't feel comfortable.
It's making me nervous.
You tweak and tweak and tweak up until the very last second. It's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. It's stressful.
I want you to try the dress on so we can just like see if there's any last minute things we gotta work out.
This time we have a very eclectic group. So they have different ideas. Can they bring something fresh?
It's a little bit nerve-wracking for the designers because they have to go again and present what they've been working, I think, very hard on for the last month.
Maybe a little less. Let's brush it or comb it down a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't want to get dinged for bad styling.
We look at everything. It's how they present, how enthusiastic they are, how good the outfit looks.
If they don't bring their A game at the design challenge, it's really hard to come back from that.
This is one of the last chances to show what we're made of, what's possible and what we can do.
This is the time, this is the medium to shine.
All right, we're gonna start. We have a lot to do.
Thank you all for coming to One World Trade. Each designer will come in and show you a look that they created. So we'll send in Baldwin first.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm Matt Baldwin from Baldwin. I've had a fun week getting to connect with Phil Windsor. It was really fun, interestingly enough, for my challenge, which was Gunter Seeger's new restaurant opening in the Whitney. The new restaurant happens to be a farm-to-table restaurant. So a farm-to-table restaurant.
Chef, can you come closer so we can see you?
Oh, you are the chef?
Yeah,
a real chef.
Oh, nice to meet you. I thought you were a model.
No, he's a chef.
You're a good-looking chef.
Diane, just go right to it.
The art was kind of the mix of an old way to chain stitch and create art. The cool thing about it was the contradiction of this old style of art with these very natural elements. So I chose the flower as kind of the jump-off point of a juxtaposition of kind of, you know, old world and modern relevancy.
And did you create the art piece with the flowers and the vegetables and everything?
I did.
What kind of vegetables? What kind of vegetables?
That's not a vegetable.
Psychedelic vegetables.
Like, where's one?
They're psychedelic vegetables.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I didn't totally get the farm-to-table embroidery thing.
But the chef was cute. I can't wait to go to the restaurant.
We'll go together.
I'm feeling a little sick, but great. We're on the home stretch now. Hi guys, how's it going? We are going to Austin City Limits. This is my beautiful date. Her name is Romy. I mean, the first thing I thought about, obviously, was the concert and festival itself, but I also thought a lot about Austin and Texas really immediately led me to boots, and I really liked the idea of the spurs on the back, and so that's why I went with this Springbok. And for the bag, this is carved horn from an animal called an oryx.
She looks amazing. I'm going to her concert.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day. I'll see you later. I think for me, one of the main things was just being consistent about my brand and playing that out over Austin City Limits.
It's so good going
Those
away.
boots definitely make a statement.
Very cute.
Presenting to a panel and standing up in front of people that I respect and admire. It's been really challenging, and there's been a lot of like ups and downs. Growing up, I had a speech impediment, and it was hard for me to articulate and to speak clearly. And I spent so many of my years in speech therapy, and so sometimes I think that the insecurity when speaking in front of the group comes from just knowing that I may not be articulating properly. But I'm a fighter. I think that if I can survive this, and I'm setting myself for success. This is Wallace, Harry Wood.
Come forward, darling.
My task for the Fossil Design Challenge was the New York Film Festival. I guess when doing the research, I found that in the 60s, Jean-Luc Godard was one of the most eponymous kind of, movies. His movies were the most, Here I Am Never Again. And I looked into more research and found that Roy Lichtenstein and Andy Warhol were commissioned to make posters for promotion of the movies of the film festival.
So how did you drape the shapes on? Did you drape it and then lay it over? Because it sort of follows the path of
So yeah,
her
each
body.
piece was applied to the pattern piece itself.
Would you wear it, Wallace? Absolutely. It looks great on you.
I haven't done like a lot of kind of strapless bustier dresses before, so this is one of the first times that I've done something like this, and I just really wanted to make sure that it wouldn't fall off when she was walking.
Nice job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I didn't do the best job at articulating my ideas and speaking and presenting. I think that I shut down and wasn't as articulate or bubbly as I'd like to have been.
Kind of finished in the middle. I just want to yank the bodice up on that dress.
Jonathan Simcoe, I was incredibly nervous, could hardly talk, and he's struggled with that all the way through. I mean, he choked.
I think, once I'm in front of the judges, hopefully I can feel a bit more at ease. It's an intense situation. It's also one that you dream about in your head for so long, and it becomes this momentous thing. Hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to my beautiful date for the evening, Amy Saul. Amy was a former Vogue intern and has just recently graduated from Columbia.
Best things. We need to touch this. It's so interesting.
I was very excited about my cultural event, Modernism Week, which is a mid-century architecture and furniture fair in Palm Springs.
Very nice.
So I chose to think about the materials and the construction elements of mid-century furniture. It's a velvet intarsia. Each piece is individually intarsia together.
Well, how much would this dress retail for?
I think it would probably be north of $5,000.
It's a beautiful color combo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely seeing you again. You can look great, but to feel great brings a different energy to it. And I think the judges really picked up on that.
But it's stunning.
Yeah. I think it was really clever to give me an evening challenge because I don't do evening wear at all. I definitely want the judges to know that I'm really in this to win. Hello, nice to see you guys again. This is my date, Justine Skye.
Hi, Justine.
And she's wearing Gypsy Sport to the premiere of Star Wars 3D.
Were you given a specific Star Wars character to reference, or was it just...
I was not. I wasn't given any character. I was actually gonna go with like Boba Fett or something. And
Can you explain the Star Wars in that?
yeah, definitely. I was most drawn to Princess Leia and her Bedouin like desert looks. It's kind of sexy, but not too much skin. I used a mesh sleeve because we use athletic mesh in all of our samples, but this has a double pleat on it to give it some kind of elegance. I actually had a bit of a hard time coming up with something for this because I've never designed evening wear per se.
So you found the assignment a little challenging?
I did. I wasn't sure what, I mean, Star Wars has so much inspiration to give, and I wasn't sure what to focus in on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. I actually wanted the judges to understand that I have not really pursued evening wear as part of my design, but this was really pushing me out of my box.
Rio was very underwhelming with his effort. I mean, you've got that incredible, literally a universe, no pun intended, to work with.
Yeah, and it was almost like he didn't design that.
The battery pack back here is on. It's been charging all day. Thank you for having me. This is Sophie Oakley, director of the Bruce High Quality Foundation University. So my inspiration was the exhibit at Dia Beacon. This exhibit, it kind of represents conceptual art, architecture, as well as technology. This is the dress. It is a cocktail dress with electroluminescent light. It actually has physical electric power that's running through the dress.
In the back?
So I just turned it off.
There
you can see it.
So is that completely separate, the
It's sewn
cage?
on. No, it's
one piece.
into the dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when you sit down?
Actually, it's really clever.
Oh, right.
Did you do the shoes too?
Yes, the shoes are chromate.
Great look.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank God. I'm so relieved. It's over. I've been nervous all day, and now I'm done.
I wish it was more of a gala dress. Just seemed a little daytime to me.
I love her. I loved her from the beginning.
I feel like the judges were a little underwhelmed with the marketing challenge, and I was really concerned about not being involved in Fashion Week. So I feel like this challenge is so important. I feel like I really need to excel at this.
Aww.
My cultural challenge was the Brooklyn Book Festival. I brought some books that we created for the event. So this is Anthony Mara, this is George, and this is Isla.
Hi guys, do you live in Brooklyn?
So I was inspired by what it means to be a family in 2015, living in Brooklyn. The biggest accessory in the Brooklyn Book Festival is tote bags. We created this great bag, Books and Chill, and we did a great Western bag for Isla.
You look pretty darn cute being a cowgirl, I have to tell you.
Did you find it a difficult assignment?
This is my first attempt at children's wear, so that was definitely a learning curve for me.
Were you difficult in fittings?
I hope so.
You weren't? Oh.
I feel super confident in the looks. I think we were very cohesive, and I think that I really captured the essence of the Brooklyn Book Festival.
But David's presentation was really excellent.
He was very good.
David Hart has something.
The minutes are counting down, and I'm like, ugh!
Ah, you look so pretty.
Our event that we created an outfit for was the opening of Hamilton the musical. So we saw the show, we went behind the scenes and talked to
You got
costume.
tickets.
We did get tickets. So has anyone seen it? I know you've seen it.
4 times.
So one of the important characters in the show is Thomas Jefferson. And so he, in the second act, comes back from France and comes back sort of as a rock star, this rock star purple. So we wanted to incorporate that purple.
The coat is taffeta, and I added draw cords on the waist, very low, because I wanted the coat to be very oversized.
Can you come closer?
I did not want it to be too customary, so I wanted to modernize it.
It's very pretty.
And then the actual jumpsuit.
Oh, it's not a jumpsuit.
It's not a jumpsuit.
It is a jumpsuit.
It is.
It's attached just on the seam. So you can wear it different ways. You could wear nothing underneath, or you could wear a blouse and keep it
So
open.
it could open.
Yes.
Okay.
You're very on trend. White is happening, anoraks. You've figured it all out.
Thank you.
Cadet, they'd submitted a couple of sketches and we kind of sent them back and said, guys, maybe try a little harder. And then they went off to the show, they went off to Hamilton, and I think they did a good job.
I started getting notifications that Baja East missed their arrival time. Nobody could reach them. They didn't know where they were. As time drew on and they still weren't arriving, I can't lie, a little bit of panic set in for me.
Should I go down there? I feel like try to expedite them.
The cardinal rule of the Fashion Fund is don't be late. If they miss this presentation, it could be over for them.
The heart's pumping like a racehorse, but it's, you know, I'll settle down as soon as we just start talking. We are going to Burning Man.
Yeah.
This is the Burning Man prom.
Yes, it is.
Everyone, this is Cleo Wade. She is an artist and poet.
Hi, Cleo.
I wanted to focus this look on the space where Burning Man takes place, which is an ephemeral lake, thus the blue. And I also wanted to kind of riff on this sort of ceremonial vibe slash swinging.
Do you tie this? Is this a tie? Is this a belt?
It's a belt.
You match.
You match.
Yeah, forget about me. Look at her. I'm just an
arm caddy.
I'm an arm caddy, exactly.
This is a nice coat. Can you put it on? Very nice.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's been really fun to get pushed. I mean, I'm sitting next to a woman's look. I came into this doing menswear, and it's kind of fun to see what that means to me, creating women's.
I think he spent more time on his look than
Yes.
I liked the coat, but the rest was just very pantomime to me.
Little Halloween
See the connection to Burning Man.
the humor and
That coat was nice.
Baja East finally got there at absolutely the last minute.
Let's run.
They were rushed right into the presentation room. It was very nerve-wracking.
Where are you going? To the
The
ballet?
New York City Ballet Fall Gala, that was our inspiration. We were very fortunate to have Sarah Merz. She's one of the most celebrated ballerinas of our time. We were excited about the ballet because we were able to incorporate the idea of movement. And we started with a pant. This was a billow pant we created with a Japanese plongé. It's one of the most beautiful leathers you can find, and it's
That's leather?
quite wide.
Can we touch it?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
It's so soft.
It's amazing. It must feel great. They're going to give us Perfect.
Is the top printed?
It's a jacquard with lycra. And,
Oh, I see. All
and then
right.
it has the ties replicating kind of the ballet slipper that ties up the leg with hand-done fringe on the ends.
Looks amazing. So cool.
Oh, thank you.
I wish the abs came with the outfit.
I do too. We made a mistake. We were late, but I think the feedback from the panel was all really positive. The look she's wearing is some of our best work. We're really proud of it.
Very good.
Thanks.
That's all 10 now.
There's no official winner announced the night of the design challenge, but everything that happens that night will go into the judge's final decision.
Jeffrey, what do you think so far?
I thought David's was charming.
Yeah, I mean, he really did his homework.
He's a bit of a sleeper hit, that lad, I think.
The thing with David that's so tricky is, like, there's no business there.
I happen to like Chris Galinas. I thought it was very innovative.
I would agree. I thought it was very mid-century.
I love mid-century modern, and that looked like a deco.
I mean, $20,000 is a lot of money, and you know, what they do with it and how much effort they put in. I think it's really important.
I don't know how much effort went into Aurora's, but I thought Aurora did great.
I thought she had the biggest jump for me, Aurora, today.
I feel she's risen to the challenges.
And what about Jonathan?
I thought it was kind of forgettable.
I don't think it was very well made either.
Jonathan was as nervous as ever.
He couldn't even talk. I mean, that's the third time, isn't it, that he hasn't been able to present.
The Bar East boys, I think, I just like them less and less each time.
But they present well.
But I thought the crisscross strap were really distracting.
The pants were great.
But I like the pants.
I thought Gypsy's sport was a little safe.
Maybe he got scared by it being red carpet.
I think Chromat was very good.
We kind of go into, I hate to say it, but kind of Comic-Con territory with the dresses and the shoes and the whole thing. It starts to feel costumey and kind of superhero to me in the way that...
I think she's brilliant, that girl.
The costumey part of it is less interesting.
But she has a very clear point of view. She has a very clear vision, and it's very interesting.
You always have to take responsibility and argue for the people that you think are right.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Design challenge is a huge part of how the judges will judge the designers in the end, and oftentimes will make the difference in the eyes of the judges in terms of who they feel is competent, who they feel can be successful in the long term.
At this point, you are under ever greater scrutiny because we're getting towards the end of it now.
Next week on the Fashion Fund.
This year, we have a new challenge called the Instagram Challenge. We bring all of the designers out to LA. They have 48 hours to create a 15-second video.
So we're going to kind of like dance around each other. It's about to get sicker.
They will see the runway show that Vogue has put together, showcasing their clothing.
Here in Los Angeles, we're seeing their clothes in front of a lot of high-profile people and watching how they deal with all of that.
Actors, singers, we're all out here, and we're big supporters of fashion.
I love supporting new talent.
Who knows what will happen? Anything can happen at this point.